albe nyade nka albe cool Marco is exact. Mel, well, I'm few quick living. Today Saturday, the super was good, man. My mom made some really bomb super cow food and everything, bro. I got cow food and everything. Big Mel. So how's it going? Hey, Zach, I'll be daddy. You good? Yeah. I was okay, let me just passingly, brush by it and address a few things. There's a lot of brouhaha where we were going on this past couple of days. All having to do with information on Facebook regarding political and operatives, political parties, the media, the whole 9 yards. Same things that happens in every functioning democracy. So, and ours is not an exception. So, there's a lot of things that are happening that are pertaining to the party, image of the party, the perception, information war. I'll call it information war. Info war. These are the new things to me. We've lived in countries where politics is a thing. It's an ongoing thing. It's a never-ending thing. In America, politics never ends. It's an everyday thing. The day after the elections, it starts again until the next election. So, these things are not new. And UDP as a party has been, I would say, unfairly treated or targeted when it comes to perceptions and accusations and, basically negative publicity. Hey, sorry, that's my nephew. So it's been happening since 1996, coming down to now, and 2021 we went through the same problems, issues with the media, the media houses, boycotts, blah blah blah. Somebody says something over here, molbe ulla, like a audio record. For people impersonating UDP sometimes because it has become sort of an easy target. A party has become an easy target when it comes to perception, politics, and bad publicity. So this year is not an exception. Should I continue in English? I don't know, man, because there's a lot of people that are. Well, Mel, I'm going to do live people have at least many times it's a banta guy that's why, So yeah, coming up rek ñaje ko mala na janga kacha domandi ku jamala be dunu ñoko ñu watin kono ben keta patiola al haloti ajala patiola jenya ka kan jenyami ngajo ko dia mo seri wadu kono men keta pati do dolti men keta na patiola koti and then kibari bunda dol mo dol kawon selta nyokan and adiamo shata back diamo shata du nyaaje na rajang nka time le waleng nka watale la mo waleng jang men keta kate fewte next year du nakana suriya rek wato wate ñene kake ha diamo sisia we waya sisia ajal karabo sisia ajal diamo sisia obe pour que mo hakilo jahase ha la selection nga jena si kumo sita be fota media dol dol wulta jana dol tata kelo keda jana dol sentanyola model sita ka kumol fo on the state house ada baro no taka humole ko ha nali kate ni mola be kala tan ajal modol be bonde audio bonde kare nenna ka yi kare bu ejay ke ye modo ya audio bonde kare nen ha bari UDP as a party nentan hakilo bakel ha gos comme nga fa ñame bi nga fa na angale ko lon ko be mena ko say information wo wala mundi kibar kelo kibaro la al halo kelo wolbe kere ni me hakil tuje bude keta ke menti ke kuliti manke menti si dada ye tunkan ye dada ye parende ko hete munyinati ni me hakil e ko la kela ini medbe nyola wala yalla nako ite kela nola wala inete ta nyolo nyobor wala no ye busa nan 80 senata 80 mole 85 without all this nonsense ko hono ni ndara to nombala karola mbute ko le abalal so sa e simuneke e fon be fay kan dol be ko mo fayla ha tribal solum de ba fa la ñenem de ba fa la ha e mala fe karla de ba fa la ñu mala fe ci comme ñing diam mané sifalte ka mo be hakilo jahase sawo say kayene kan safa especially 2021 ka refa kana sutia nga sifa be la moy mol be kanyum ku furo be ke bala fo ka refa kana sutia ajal na la korasi sanji kilin komando molbe kaja be ka community holan corruption baro nyireta minister kare nyireta na tulo jana ajal o Russian oil dilo nying ajal oil men sama jang 30,000 metric ton $30 million worth of oil men wafre jang yemanta man taxorji nyine ka diamunu sanji kilin komando sanji fula komando bari yaje carte fa bina suja ka rek diamuna rek diam fulisul molti kuma fulisul ku furin diamu dama kada manketen karimu tanete ñi kuma kalanta rek e kayne ke budon say wina be ndakindi munna janni ba fara ni next year bina shela carte fa bina da sala karkilim fula sabar bra na ke mundi ya nakinde na ya nakinde ya kenke ay na ke mundi budon say karama la fi karla hayal ida karle karne ne ndirolam wala sio ne ndiro sio e kayne mala moy budon na planol na sarato mel landale ko be menkela na agriculture planul mbe fisheries nyaw bunda ning seno bunda mbol sama la nyame back to life mbe foninkel empower nyame understand la on la reseñol ning la mana ñol ning nañu World Bank edit nañu mo balé men be safé kayti balé men safé men be gambe mako la carte fe ko na sudiya bi ko mi ko be kay yema buru nga be ko mo furun fo ha karale audio bondi karalo ko mani ngolte modo tada audio bondi mamme fonko ma bana fa tolon ay wula femba fo ko yidi bin ko lamate ay diam buru yudi fe nalo wuro fan defend bambalo defend kuma kalantam fan time mo mi wesla tout janato be diam la fa be kuma fala itara every platform ibe ba fa assalamu alaykum salam rek ha he yidi fi ngame ko ha to la kaketen ha to la kan ndiro ko buri itala interview be jahasibul lajibe kunun fo kunun ko ma docteur Lami Mané African Development Bank hajjal ay dunia be kiasita nala ni londo be sering anani ma be sering docteur Ousmane Gadjigo fanan ko faade del ben londo je ñum mo ba ful be interview be tarana sa new interview ñuko dum ñuko mu neketo interview to e quand même bolan ko UDP la keten ko journalist lo ko ten ako kari ñola ka fa tenen time prim param ka jab interview sa a feño kunna ñingaro ñin ka jang wa interview al kuma fañe jeman ko policy kilin nem docteur Gadjigo na la londo be même photo wala docteur Lami Mané na la londo be o interview même fo je zero. Nobody here can even remind me of one policy discussion wole même fo kajar mo fula bela londo ñing doctal idiamuta fo interview banda abe nagata ke fus akeda monedi karele kar safe UDP step ben bonde kare nendro bla kare bla bla ya bedi ñokon wande fara nendro ko jana ñine fekk ke jana full interview abe kala yefes ñing ku furi ndiam si fala kay na fale Gambia la lusta jang haniye Harvard graduate lo bondang from Oxford ya sama nani so-called media lo jang yes ni je ko sala nga bank ko ja ibita 10-15 minutes like abebula lam kufuro kon ha yalon karele ko tan ha kare keten karele audio bonda ko tan ha kare mala fi kare la karele kare nen ibenyi mol diamo be kala mo furin diamo de ñene keda 2021 kayene ke jang 2021 nga kuke melo ko patina mana ke jang we wrote ngan agendal memeng be banko tamana nyame agriculture la karola ajel physics la karola youth empowerment nga be dada nga be ke munti 5-point agenda nga simplify ngambam fang fo ngo bukota nga men dada 5-point agenda pamphlet ko nyi fo nga in Arabic language pour gambe din nana karashi ka fa ko mamay kan ko mi be nyimang angale karan ici fonko karan ici arab ko karan han nga arab ko nga kejele we even put our 5-point agenda in Arabic to make sure every Gambian wherever you are, I understand, gets access to this 5-point agenda and understand the logic, understand the policies, basically internalize these policies, what UDP are propagating. So when you go in that voting booth, you can vote because you want to see 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒆𝒔 start producing rice again and feeding Gambia. Or because you want to see fishing trawlers in Tangier and then getting our fish and selling it to the European market. You want to see our our re-export trade basically back on its feet like it was during the 80s and the late 90s. Okay, these are the issues that were embedded in that the 5-point agenda. Unfortunately, before 2-3 months before the elections, nobody even talks about the 5-point agenda. What do we hear about? What were we talking about? Dembo by force, may his soul rest in peace, comes another stage Santo, and then threatens the whole entire Gambia's minority tribes, told them that when UDP takes this presidency, they will take you to Mali, they will deport you to Senegal, they will deport you. Imagine this kind of understanding. They reduce our whole national discussion to UDP will deport you back to Mali. UDP will deport you back to Guinea-Conakry. UDP will take you back to Senegal. This is exactly what happened here. This country full of educated people, full of master's degree holders, full of intellectuals, full of IMF, ex-IMF people, FADB. You sit here, we'll give you resume upon resume, CV upon CV. This country, we went to that election 3-4 months before the election. Our whole national discussion, everywhere you go, is about who's gonna deport who to Mali. How practical, how stupid can somebody even get to that level? Then we had the president at State House, start on that State House pulpit, national pulpit, took the mic and said, "Atul, nal nyumul calling us UDP, nyumul nale karefa nyumule bi kukira la jang, dina len def lo xam na fi albajalan." Mburaje ko tanke, Ahmad Bah took the pulpit again and call us dirimos. This dirimos. So our entire 3-4 months before the presidential elections, nobody was talking about audit reports. Nobody was talking about the COVID fund. Remember, that was when the COVID, I don't know how many, almost $3 billion worth of COVID funds disappeared. The rice that they was supposed to bring for the COVID disappeared. We're just hearing that in the audit report now. That was when it happened. That was when the mega bank thing happened. A lot of things were happening at that time, but unfortunately, it never became a campaign issue. All of these important matters, they all took a back seat. Ha, nale karefa kare, wale bakere karele kare neng, karele audio da, karele koteng, karele nyinsa, karele koteng, babajala koteng, it became nonsense. The media was part of it, the politicians were part of it, and we, the population, that are hungry for foolish talk, we have an appetite, we have a penchant for engaging in foolishness, on trivialities. We need to fight this. This is what 2021. You can say, yes, the voter fraud happened, a lot of things happened, but where was the message in the lead up to 2021? The message disappeared. It became a foolish campaign. Usenu couldn't even articulate what he was going to do. We kept fighting this. Baba just said that. Ahmad Bah said that. you know, another person put an audio here, responded to that guy. Did you hear what the guy said? And you go to the media, it's the same question they're going to ask you. A perfect example was just yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever, when Dr. Lamin Mane of the African Development Bank and Dr. Usman Gajigo of the African Development Bank, two giants of knowledge that we were expecting knowledge from, to break down the corruption that was happening, the audit report, the findings, the oil deals, you know, the Sangomar, whatever, you know, oil, you know, transaction, why we are not digging our own, you know, all of these things. And now you ask anybody you ask here what happened in that debate, nobody's gonna tell you. Bolla diamo be membe fo, I beg it a fish, mone batakono, kelo. Ha, kelo no wuro. What am I? That's the only result that came out of it. Karele keten karele neng karele keten MBP ko keten nga ñene safero ke ñene mo la kan ne prim param abeke rot until UDP how to come and put out a statement, a party statement for some trivial, some guy criticized and then turn into prim param. I don't want to go into all that, but what I'm just saying, these are signs of things that are coming. We need to be very, very careful. And UDP, as a party, great warning. I saw they put out a statement. But what I'm going to advise, but UDP mbeya maro kela men. Ngana lesson ngana karol kele men keda 2021. Nyimbe sila jang. Every Tom Dick and Harry may audio bondi. Nyamar nyamada wulta kota mpirim param taf ndongo wulin kon ko le jabi ngalan ko le address. Na UDP kakar like fenketen, you know, momalo about amare but it can be anybody. Anybody can go and use a profile, put a Sadaba flag there. I'm the UDP guy, boom boom, and then go say some crazy stuff. Then it comes to the mainstream. Oh, you see UDP are insulting, Then our media go back again and then address that. You'll be addressing every week. Instead of you as a media team putting our image out there, okay, being on the offensive, putting our positive stuff, you know, go out there, sell, do things. You are busy what? Condemning some pseudo profile, some guy sitting in some dorm in, you know, I don't know, Germany, whatever, and just you are here wasting your time. So the criteria that we should all agree on, patio nyanta menji be la sign. Moving on. You foolish diamond to man time sota. Nobody's gonna sit here kasanji kan like sanji killing campaign be kalante diamond. Honey. Carlen Tonye. We're not interested in that. Everybody have feelings, okay? But the bankola kuo ni wana tajang ngani kalante abula. So the criteria is, I wrote it, I will put it on my status. I said, what's going to happen here? If somebody comes out, a media journalist or whatever it is, comes and said, UDP wala neng, UDP nyomade saga. They bring some guy, oh, right? They've been insulting me. Because we heard here, so yeah, example, they said UDP has been insulting me, blah, 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 or they are making some tribal remarks, or they are making some xenophobic remarks about something, okay? The usual suspects, that's what they do. Because they've been used to this. This has been something they've been doing for a long time, okay? So before I come as UDP and try to, yeah, you guys, blah, 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 our party, we need to blah, we don't stand for this. Because anytime you're explaining yourself in politics, you are losing. We need to stop explanation. We need to limit the amount of times we are explaining ourselves. That's why I don't explain myself. I don't do that. I go on the offensive. I hit what I have to hit, and whatever comes out of it, comes out of it. I'm not here to be sitting here like a small boy explaining, I didn't do that. I don't care. Okay? Because you also are going to be doing stuff that I never agree with. I don't have time to complain about you. Don't complain about me. Do you? So this everyday complaints, oh, Caroline, somebody insulted me. What are we going to do here? The criteria we're going to set is very simple. You are the claimant. You are alleging that somebody insulted you. Then the onus is on you to come to me as a party, say, hey, 3 things. Do you have the video evidence of that insult, that post, or whatever it is? Do you have it? Okay, you don't have it. Do you have the screenshot? Do you have a screenshot of that audio, of that insult, written, blah, blah, blah? Do you have it? No, I don't have it. Okay, Do you have a what do you call it? An audio recording? If it was an audio, WhatsApp audio, do you have it? I don't have it. Then don't talk to me. I don't want to hear it. It's not me. I have no responsibility on it. Go your way. Do whatever you cry if you want. I'm not going to be here to babysit you. I'm not a kindergarten party. I'm a political party. I'm not a daycare. You know, babysitting 50, 40, 30, 35-year-olds. That's my job. You feel aggrieved, you crying about something, bring me the evidence. Okay, your man here, Patanjai, insulted me on this day, blah, blah, that's the proof. He said, blah, 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 da, 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 I don't borrow. He said, fine. Okay, some xenophobic, comment about blah, 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 tribe is right here. Fine. Then I'm going to look at that, okay, who is this guy? He's some guy in Germany that says it's UDP, blah, blah, blah. Then I will say, is it actually my duty to address as a party someone I can't even trace who their parents are? Then I'll make that judgment. But if you come and tell me that's Babucarr Siddique Jammeh, very prominent in UDP, father is blah, 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 and he went and made this incendiary comments about blah, 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 or these tribally charged comments like 𝒂𝒄𝒒𝒏 did, or that, or I made some, like very nasty remarks about somebody like Babucarr Bahum, whatever Bahum is doing, and NPP every day. Everybody's ignoring all that stuff. All these crazy guys in NPP, 𝒂𝒄𝒒𝒏, Bahum, Babaja, nobody's talking about them. Nobody. We just act like those guys don't exist, but they're here in our face every day. But the people who hear, oh, UDP. But fine. You come and tell me this Babucarr Jammeh said this incendiary remarks about this tribe, about these people, about that person, personal life. Yes, party will come out and condemn me. We will all join the party. We don't have to sit and wait on the media team. We will take that lead. Hey, that guy, please don't ever lose in our party's name. That's the modus operandi moving on. That's my criteria. But to sit here every moment and go, party UDP came out and condemned that guy. Where's the insult? I don't know. Where is it written? Well, all this guy said was criticizing that person's media credentials or criticizing the media conduct. That's people's personal issues. I have a right to criticize a minister for his conduct. I have a right to criticize a journalist for his conduct. I have a right to criticize. This is not the first time we criticize journalists. I've criticized Fat Camara here the whole time, and we are friends now. We were friends before. We do. Sometimes we'll criticize, and I'll tongue with him for 2 years. We don't talk. Last time I didn't talk for Fat until 𝒂𝒄𝒒𝒏 was the one that basically brought us back together. We do this all the time. So I caution you. I didn't insult you. Criticism. Usainu Dawo has been criticized for 30 years. Not only criticism, personally attacked by people like Babaja and all these people. Nasty, very, very deep personal attacks that has family consequences. All that happened here. People will get attacked. People will be criticized, and this is it. Nobody is saying, cool. Understand? There's no sacred cows in this country. From the president down the line to the last, bana at a state house, everybody is fair game in public eye. If you're sitting at home, doing your thing, nobody cares. But you're in the public eye, you're gonna get it. But am I gonna sit here, the party always putting out a statement because of some guy in UDP criticize another journalist's journalistic credentials? If they criticize, you come out and say, no, that's not me. My credentials said that's not true. Debunk it. I don't pay the whole party. And then you expect the whole party to come and sit here, lay our hands down and say, yeah, it's us, we insult. I don't insult anybody. I didn't see no insult. So the onus is on the accuser and to provide the evidence. Fortunately, in this case, I heard the audio of the journalist saying, the people that are insulting her are MPP. MPP, whatever, must go, some platform. I don't even know the platform name. So, UDP should have taken their time, get some facts together, gather. This should be our modus operandi. Not you hear, and you say, oh yeah, put out a statement. That's not a UDP, that's not a winning strategy. We cannot go down that rabbit hole. Because some people like us are not going to yield to you. You put your statement and we come out and do something worse. Because we are not going to sit here and put our lives in your hands, and then thinking that your last statement is going to keep us sit here and watch our party go down in drain. No. You can do whatever you want, but we will sit here and demand that you take responsibility. If something happens, if there's some grave accusation against the party, use your brains and then see the facts. Ask the person, yes, okay, sorry, sir, I'm sorry this happened to you. Get it? Yes, but can you provide me some evidence so that I can back my statements on? This is how a responsible media house or organization works. You don't just jump and start putting things out there like that. Get some facts. So, okay, where's the audio? Okay, you don't have the audio, fine. Okay, where's the video? Oh, I don't have it. Oh, where's the written screenshot? You don't have it in this day, social media? None of this evidence with you? Then please don't talk about this. Don't disturb me. When you have it, bring it to me. I'll deal with my guy. I'll deal with Wendifa, I'll deal with 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏, I'll deal with anybody that is culpable. Because the party's principles, what we need to understand, what all these righteous, self-righteous people that are speaking, upholding this, we are the architects of upholding those kind of laws in this country, or those kind of values. This party is a party of values. It's a party of elders. It was built on values. Those values, we are the champions of protecting those values. We'll be the last person to harbor, to accommodate. Example, what Babucarr did in 2021. UDP will never condone that in our ranks. No. But MPP, they gave him an apartment, vehicles, money. They celebrated him. I remember when one time he was speaking in Banjul, he went so personal with Babucarr. Ahmad Bah had to get up and grab him by the coat. Because Ahmad Bah felt it. To tell him to sit down. I remember Yaya Jammeh. With everything that Yaya Jammeh membeke jang. With everything Yaya Jammeh membeke jang. One time, Fatima Jahumpa, Sise Wulta, Metola Kai Bausero Nenna, Yaya Jammeh Kai ala Bundi. Get out of the mic. She was sent back to Banjul immediately from that tour. This is what UDP would have done too. But NPP, that's who they are. Because their entire MPP campaign was built on what? They cannot compete on knowledge. They cannot compete on programs. They cannot compete on competency. They cannot compete on transparency and lack of corruption. They cannot. So all they could fight was to muddy the water, accusations and just lies. So that those Babajas and those Bahums and whatever was their weapon. And they let it go. UDP will never condone such an act. Never. We are more decent than all these people that are yapping on Facebook today. We saw their conducts. Some of them we know who they are. Don't make us talk that. I hear some of them talking here, these banker miners and blah blah blah, those fake lecturer in America, ESA nonsense, whatever you call it again. ESA who? I don't know. Yeah? Empty-headed, zero wisdom intellectuals sitting there talking about UDP is the most intolerant party. Huh? When UDP were here opening their doors for everybody, you can't even buy a shoe at a time to go to school. You see? So this is it. We are entering that time again. There is people. There are people that are going to be worse than Adama Barrow. People that we shared the same party with before. Okay? They went on their own. The entire premises of their branching, 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏, ila bon rokono ni molle be dil kan say nga fa ni man ko prela understand be me Wellington tan ñene dañu resa Adam Barrow la tati prela understand imen ka si ka kudo mi rajang de fa nenel ñin mbembe be kirenten ya be sakul ya be ji be taranda fam ti faru touré bu hara wonde fa penka da ñin kirkara be wan mo kilne be siraw abe ko wala ñin tale problème mode kada be ñin soboding fo be wala be sab. All this problem is from that point of fonko contention ñinen ko de ba person mala be kono jang and then yimma haygol do it's going to be a problem mollebe kono no itata ila ta ite sile ko tata because of UDP agriculture policy seno bunda man d'accord wala because be ka fa ko UDP la direction e be ko fo ala nga ko sa nga ko bu ñoko nga say nga ñin nga ñin na ñin diambal now let's come to intel bari ke fa karanale nga karon say ite ko e parti obula e ko direction that's what you use use the word e ko parti la jerinya menen parti la jerinya de parti ndo menen do la jerinya de na jerinya wala mundi development wala si jang ko ni nga mansa ya soto ande na chabodi na mansa kundala chabodi na minna kelali development understand alko na jerinyal alnu wala man killing so ni ko jerinyal say al nga jerinyal nge killing la paratota ato talal okay alko na jerinya agriculture seno bunda ndonga na fay ko ajenda nango na fay ko agenda ko na seno na fa seno bunda kala tan itina itoltina ko seno bunda UDP ko tan ndol ko tan ito fulat ito moyla ko funding kel la do ku nin na youth employment ka funding kel bo sirin ke murun do ko la nanin plan sifa nanin fere sifa ngambel la nije ko ñina ndol tamanyade itoltina ko ha UDP la funding ke tamanya man dokor wala ito moyla ke ita moyla ko UDP ko mi nyawala ko ñin fisheries and fungaten UDP plan mel ni wala manke kelende ita moyla ko UDP energy la karola kurawning solar system woni fon karola ito moyla buratol kanin UDP fatar monala la fanya ba tapale adam albiji ini man fata fenna ite policy kilim fole tamarinya kilim fole wala mundi parti wala tamanya gosi wala safela le daro ko na jerinyal man kilim ntola jerinyal ko ten ite fane na fa ko halide ndagn ngamen expect no me yilla me mano ni ko na jerinyal man kilim imantra diam kensa wala ngam nga yilla mena no ibinale yi fane na yi tafo ikonte UDP la sawa ikola agriculture iko be nekala jahali pachar bante man d'accord wala ndeko jahal pajar nyanta nyana kala tractor keme nyanto Sénégal UDP ko tractor keme fele bo san ndoko ngana tractor keme fele san nga keme san nga dila nga ngale engrais san ajela nga mol train nga chani so samana teninte ndonu UDP fatara janne e ko wala fonko la carotte seno la carotte den fonnike la carola ko okay UDP ko ten ko be fonnike tane samale da train jana e be fonnike lunda seno ko no do samba agriculture fonko la sisi malayan dola teninte poultry anin fo pour ka do ko create ndor ko hani ndor ko naftal fonnike la taminto computer karmala ndor ko computer la fo la karan teninte den safa ha nyina UDP la jerinya mankele fonnike la carola e ko na ko karola e ko jare kende la carola UDP ko ha lopitan tan la fa ko lo jara ni basetema no bar ndol ko ndol talibe so ndol UFC ndol ko lopitan saba la fa lo jara do woro wolo ni ngobe ko serekunda bari jele mo sheta e ke yo ka fa ni jeri nyaal man kelen Gambia ñinem politikote ñinem jeri nyaalde ñinem na siloti ñebe bolan kono e ka fonte man ñin silo le d'accord yena yani fana yafo bara almira sila jalo kuma kile moy d'accord men kata comme UDP la policy ñina ndol ñina man d'accord hakilo tela akaro tela kare jiwa ñin tala ko no kile faje men ko akuma fo mashallah e ko ñinde mashallah ñi men do ko wol bank la tanket akil dije ali korse modi je ko karo fo fo da développement ko as policy ken no sa fo ya ko ñinat nante ko UDP ni man d'accord. Not a single one. But I be need yalde. Aning fang kunjibe aning say wala bo abe sunni menna wala tumiro ke to fan senalin tola tumiro ima ni tara dawda ali korsida he ni kadada tamse chamfele last time do hola ba yinda ka jana Africa kunungo wala ñun parti saka kat ndol man ke nendir la patete ndol nga siyo belata talib la force jam amna fa ko siyo bel ko la jang siyo bel bi jang jola bi jang bla 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 ete bada pati la kon isi jila to pati kon o pati kilo si jila bi je ate ban ila député parti leader ha ite fon ko je pol ñol ite o beru ni ite ben njel yo tuje kata lu ka fo sign to si be dumal e bala garu wala ha jamman ken ndiro duma be ndiro la nyen do man na ndiro la duma be ndiro la kumo nyafo yemen to kuma wala sembo remen fo e ka diamu kebale man diamu dofole nyen na fe manke wultan ko ya yalla ndama ken ndiro la say duma be ndiro la mbe jang ite ka say kasi ka ko non ndema duma be ndiro say duma be sidiamu la e duma la so sa ite la bondro kono ite man difference to même ko policy difference la a be munati ka banka gamme nyawden tolla ñinem kesode difference jamaati je nsafo difference fonto je ka fa ko Nigeria man killing ñim policy zero abbe tanana wala la diamo be tafa mo la je to ko mo la membe nya fala bebe kala munati ha telendir ko mo na mala to baka nender ke ha tebe mi kilolti gambe be kankiling gambe be kankiling mun birete bo fala gambe be kankiling ka bin nane 65 ya jamana rabe du ñokon ngatre pour ka dala ko tanke baro fa nara ko ha ni do sita e ba sama malila kuma kalantan sifa dale ka defa ñu molé e ba di port la yene ke jang 2020 mo yene ke campagne yote ndol bo tra pour ko kele ko bo ñu mbang e kana ka fa ha tenin ten so ni ñimbe kering albal hakilut la bakel way mi lay tande ko e tolle tabe sangara la ya adam baro tati bayi tol kude tol bule tol simen campagne adam mo safa ko ha nga kron ke janne rural malo nyari electrification courant nga men ke janne nga silo kele nga lobitano ke kiyang nga lobitano ke janna to dum fam wadi quality kena baño janna sala kenya nga nyin ke jang nga batil hiding ke nga nyin wulin ka masilo ke adama sini fono ha itol mun fala mun bi je membe fala there's no record karam KMC record isi borno KMC record la budu yewani mol na hakilo bulaw la nga mol ni hakilo bulaw KMC ko fendije so tol be fover ni mbekela je wala ka UDP ke fannin tol imagine tol len carte ñi lam jawol ñi lam ambete ñi naka ndiro ñi naka this gonna be their modus operandi wala na ñi karakaro be ngene woni fa ko UDP fenke den fo pat jokad ñi mu kula men ko ñantan kiafula ba ka janne. This is a sign of what's to come. Patiyo ñante fa understand la fan jibe you ko use bayta ko dam karab go ñi mo tabulal ibe kubel katala ji face profile sa yi ka Facebook yalla ka moje ay nga tal hajor yalla profile jibe mo jelle bije mo tansaba mo ito ko ite gambe political ne ite kan ite this knowledge of gambe ito so the gambe political ngeta la Facebook jibe ab lockring number 1 number 2 friends jelle bije 25 friends 13 friends 20 friends 30 friends ñene ka reje ita most stupid abe munati have internet bots. So let me explain this pride in faham membe caring donga ñi information so na mira do mandi ma nta fele ko 100% nga jele bari nga kibaro so ko molle ya akuma señi banko kanja pati kuto ndeto fala ha bari ika fa ñaadi Facebook bots bot itol ibela ko ibina le kejele camera profile lo nyaayele isa mari mura ko molem ñen talo je ko be jako ndara jena le brikama bortrop wala ndara jena ecology nyala profile bay ina ta mari lonna friend tansaba wala mo wala betel la bulu profile mo sala betel lo klene ite fe italo dum ala bara bina la ene itala hajula so the way ñinga wok ñami pour ngal faham ko be safara kala ko la bari abeda nga ñing ka katiate ñille Trump sendi America ndol ngelon ne ka be men America ay batame America tan halon Russia wala ñu commencé America la carte ko na si so ala so man ni lañu fa kolta America la carte ko na si ye il a une fake profile au tag a fait internet Facebook bots il fan di Twitter il fan di Facebook kamol si kamo jala si abe Trump support la abe kuma bal fola yita ko jang Hillary Clinton wala ko fenkele ye fadi ye busa ye traité ye fambal fo ye bori ni la Facebook click ibe kalon bal fo mo le string be jokan be kan jo millions of dollars a company be jala Eastern Europe Poland yajale Ukraine Belarus itare be jola jale kiyo ko la yena ni lafta yejo ko de kendola nte Babucarr Sidiki Jammeh e sente ta jang sign within 3 months yanke jam move the most famous Gambian abe sila la Facebook kala mo je ka finti ka Sidiki is the best guy hani interview kila bina ba fala mo ise mo ja finti jam faji kunda ay lo mo ko ma mo le lo ko param ay video ta hey Sidiki is the best guy Sidiki la video ka jang Sidiki la nyinga jang pim pam aman kate fa me ñoo fala jale prim param ay wuliya bali ko je altala numalam atal ni ko dumala to ita to fole imaje bara ketale a findira Facebook le abe Twitter be Facebook ndunda Twitter ndunda TikTok ngaji hey Sidiki ko jang Sidiki le talani be fenge talani moma nualam ndema ta talani atol ma ta talani bara le menje molu wulta talani ko Sidiki fat mais exemple folale president do be social right na ka fa Burkina Faso le president Ibrahima Traoré sida be africain be telephone kon watu wati Ibrahim yela tektu yela rek Ibrahim Traoré he built blah 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 the best president of Fangarada he built the French he said the French are blah 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 yela funo yela rek you hear this AI dia morning Ibrahim Traoré picture prepare Ibrahim Traoré sa brata be son mo kon fo mo kasi America ikata girawke Ibrahim Traoré ifira Bugina batare na ko batare nyamen before aba traka ne yes bari ya Ibrahima Traoré tare ya bula mo be son mo kono ko so mo kibaro findano ko America la faka fa budu Russia wolle be Bugina sai Russia la bije Russia na de pere kay mbatum me men kala ngalon ya samba ya parende yelani internet fonko sai dunta internet dawda a TikTok lambang Facebook lambang Twitter lambang Ibrahima Traoré general Ibrahima Traoré pour akata ñing African pala ya ke fenti amanke mente because of ñing bots this internet Facebook fake profile ñing Twitter fake profile this is happening around the world gamelo meñin long ñinga gamel kemenen ka meñin long hani mo saba mo keme e gamel keme lande yene nga gamel foten mo saba nana ta fole men balon nga ko mo fayatan ata ñimu technology banko ndola mo man pare ina Russianol ani Israel sol ta Facebook yadum jana to dum fan yadum CNN ya Israel ko maje e ba la moy finde na profile la bare Nigeriano ay bane Israel ko la Nigeriano e ko je ni moje e me chiku fankene akoy ko you Muslims dirty Muslims plim par ma enen yete Israel ko for ala try many can bring world politics kono back go to CNN and then try to bash Israel and see what's going to happen to you ibanya profile from nowhere ndo mane memanke American of mode wala manke jusode ay fadi thank you lam kono da kay en kala mo dajel budi ye America be ko ton about Israel boy de lonko ya lonko Israel be menna banko harma duwol banko mol bakal fala America no mala fi Israel be menna jana in Palestine budi dunta Facebook dunta social media ya be du ñokono say ñi den camera America no tani nale oh no problem du Israel is good Israel be menna better ha ye mol convince wala America sa kon dolen Gambie man ko jam mol ko man ko rek yo bu saja sansa be beti ñala so ñine bi nakam ibe mo jela wuli jang kate mu yidi pilati yalla profile ji ba ben usun daw natalo ha a busa ay sula jolal nenjang wala si ay fulol nen ha ita jam fa ay jabi yedi am fa ay jabi folo ha ko dumalam dumalam karila tom alfusen sise mo wala dal alfusen sise mo ta fala ba fel mo ta fala barim fel bara bi janat yu depuis fala wal ka bala bi fenkela nyala profile ji be friend lo friend tang friend worobula bara be suffering kendek mon normal ali yibet albe am so albe ka jël ñu watin kon ale profile click rek avec la lock yala friend jibe 30 friends 25 friends ay bu mo fo ya dal hajola na ante ni men ko ngek nke click la follow ni jibe 10 friends 5 friends 30 friends delete block ndeke block la ke block rek ite mo nay kante do le jang yene ko content na pejoro mdenga na nge jabe yendela jabe do ta yo screenshot ita yoki ema sidiki ko tan sidiki ya jabe ki but gameno du e ko nyaade sulo selato e ko jeda gameno sulo selato e ko jed a jito e ko leje e sina nya yenne ko be kala ite lunkili jewul rek e ko be diamala pap la sidiki yana na sidiki manyana fola pour na yuri ko le wala I condemn this gatul wa sir atol ngonde be no na yidi fi ko leke way ni ko la ko ite fala ja nde sam comme I learn my lessons. Not that you would yes, several fake how you need to be measured, blah blah blah. Yes, it was for Janet, but you illuminate about in Ninja. It is damn it. Nina, you Taliblo Canasura said, Bausen Ninja. The go a pabinina and so say, I for Befuja. Kubon Kini, where, ha, Lamin Kamara. Ha, I can Janet. Nanyin ko rek da diano no manam moje me nanjan me address besite de ko mi fente kere bayete wuli ko lamin camera jabe ifo ifana ifo rek anywhere close to lamin camera yenna UDP ko rek je benki la ja ha we don't do this we don't do this okay so nyim ba hom bakan ati diamala baba jaake albedere camera yake albedere aka jaran ko be nanjan ay nyine neng ako manin ko ten jangjang ma halil lokun sabasi ñu wurlal be mebe condamné na wuri wi condamné ile hey sayen to ya fosital wala anti ndaka fal la sinante ma fam bala la ñi essayer de promo kon because ñun to ya fasifo asal ñata la majje rek ha ndol mo la wulde ko be jaabi wala ko be fem fola meon ka be kiring ye birin camera ni talib la lodum fama na la jama ama me ijana mbakote be lori ataka kan na sori wosere na ko bawso no sose bo bon bi pa bi bon bi ni prim param ako sose a bele ma ko jaran ko ndol ma ke fende ngam famu da minute ay jaran ko ma man ni ko ma e usen dama ama loko sabasi banko be de tak mi de be dering ni sokol whatever atudum fang intellectual me ka diamande ibe be ngek ha ko sangla ket fedde kere a mi de lam bang ha individual bang asafar la bang self righteous ndelen karete abibe tek ile le kekende yale so to le kekende ya ato ko jala nyimmo wulde ko be diamala ngam fan defen wala am fanan ko be push back wala ma to le kekende ka fin wala ma to le righteous brain ka fin to le nying sa ndo wi asif ngate ndo ka nying ha ato le civilisation dol okay wala kala jan ni ite tiarbe ke ite ma diamuno say mol ko be react la ite ko ka diamor ni bagala fo jane senindi jak ñino banta janet ha yimbe o mere ko jan tela hajot ko ni pare ra yiri ko ya samba da ndela hajiti mol batata la mo na ñindi moy da sinjan kuma banko be bu ko mo fayal mo kan ite bulda any time ko be kuma ni fala ko rek no mol fay wuli be ñim presque mané ci fa fa ndajale ko mo fay ha kreten ne nya duma wala bulo safola mana ma safe bring camera ba diamol bra ko manin ko ala wol defel manin ko sa ñu wala njambru mo ko bel ko ñu tara marché tara tiyo sa marché ndol do kera fa ko sa la fin ñu men na ray bu sa dal ha jola suma fu bayde wuli ko ka fene fa rek anything to anything way la ilaha ni wulde kanja ha vola mo le wula folo ye par folo nde dum tem da ro say ha ni mediare na nyim funo motande mo ka de say ngamu tawde I'm sorry mbek aben kande kam baka let me slow down a little bit sorry nyanta kilo lo baka ha we have to very nte mangta do foti ntonga america male nara si jang alkanyum political be for them pirimpa nyin karab ñu attaquer ñing smear campaign ka media use ka fanketen ka kari push jana way fo jana kari ndonga ñu mbelo ne we live this the experts men kan American we learn from this ha kasi ka cool create ka scenario create ye kari busa pam bad publicity water split jana media fara jana pirimparam Fox use ko jang Democrats ko ten we know about all these things nothing really from ka tammi nok ngola. So this smear campaign tactic to muddy people, make them who they are not, is not going to fly this time. We are not going to rely on this UDP social media wing to come and make our lives. Oh we depend. No, we will fight. If the media come and support us, fine. If they don't, let them write what they have to write. I have no concern about that. But we are not going to sit here and let this whatever media is control our lives. Control the narrative. They cannot control any narrative in the first place. When has the UDP media control any narrative here? All we do is react. When are we going to go on the offensive? When are we going to go on the front foot? In politics, anytime, this American politics, anytime you are explaining yourself, you are losing. It's over. Anytime you sit there, oh yeah, you are already done. You are finished. Forget you. You are weak. It's only people that explain. Don't explain anything. Do the right thing and move, forge ahead. Be a leader. But every branch crack, oh yeah, you just keep explaining yourself. It's not me. It's not, we are not tribalists. We are not this. Do you hear me addressing this tribal nonsense? I don't care. You tell me, I'm like, fuck, get out of here. I don't want to hear it. Take that somewhere. You're talking about, oh yeah, somebody insulted. I don't address insults. I don't address tribal. I don't do it. I don't have time for it. What I'll come here is expose corruption, do things, and say things that are beneficial. If I have the time, I will come and explain to you, this is what we're going to do with agriculture. Okay? This is what the audit report is saying. This is what we should be doing. Unapologetic. Move ahead. And let me give you a snippet of this. How, these things, when we first bring out a Brigade Council, I'll give you an example. Because, alhamdulillah, we are also mining public office. Just to show you, if you succumb to this petty talks, what's going to happen to you? You guys remember when we first came to Brigade Council, we looked at the whole situation. We studied the books, the accounts. Yankuba told Jonga, I need my accounts. Jonga said, oh, I'm going to bring it. Jonga took a month to bring our bank accounts. Fine. Finally, bank accounts are here. We looked at the whole thing. And we knew from that day, we have to fight. We have to go to war. Okay? We also know, like Yanks knew, I knew, that we are living in a country that people are not used to hearing, this is green. No. They want to hear, oh, this is kind of like yellow, but it will turn into green very soon. It's almost green, but yeah, just if you turn it this way, the government, this is what they do. They say this is green. No, that's not. That's like yellow, but it's going to be green very soon. No, it's slightly blooded. This is what governments like to do. Instead of just coming and say, yeah, that's green, that's white. Case closed. They will never do that. So we understand. To come out with this kind of information and tell the people what's happening is going to take a fight. Are governments going to understand why we are fighting? Maybe not. They will accuse you of being angry, being arrogant, like they say, of arrogant, candidate. Okay? They did all that. So we knew we had to fight. We knew to take these guys out of this office is not going to be a salam alaikum, malaikum salam, handshake. No. You have to fight. We sought a council resolution to dismiss the cancers, the two cancers that are holding the council back, that are overseeing a council that is collecting about $70 million a year when they could have been collecting at least $500 million a year. We knew the potential. We knew the people that are hindering the council from achieving these milestones. But so coming for birim be birkama council ngalon ko kelo bina kala janna but nin sita don komin gon kala mo mola di hamola ika to ko ya borite nen tan tiyar be kala ngalon ko jang fonsi jang dada. Then we said these people have to go. Jonganyol ani Svenkanyol je nkwe boja. But jani boja fana nga make sure ko mi kaita ndi mola nyini be kering. Ala la moja bido be kering. Nka call soto. Just to give you guys a hint of how messed up things can be here. I once had a call from 2 people within UDP, not outside. One UDP guy, senior guy, no names. Call and say, yeah, I'll be nothing, come Nimanka Nyati. I'll be more comfandi canne, more be council doculal, it became Keka Domon me fele. It's from 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒆 within UDP. Call me. Yeah, you know, they will not call Yanku, but they call me. You know, if you don't take it easy with them, they will revolt. They will revolt and they will make your job hard. You cannot walk because they'll be revolting every day. They will say, no, they're not going to walk. They will sabotage you. Then you spend the next 4 years fighting, and you will not get anything done. This is what they told us. Say, okay, fine. The guy said, diamuda ko ha nal ma ñi ibal telen a bit la kelo la for the next 5 years I'll definitely keno la, you know, ali ñu bula rek ali ya domando me fe prim param. But what that domando means, the meaning behind that domando, it means that revenue from 70 million probably is going to be another 10 million, increment 80 million, and then that's it. It's going to be mediocre. Because the idea of keeping them there and then domando with them, that means you leave them to do what they do. Then you are lying to the public because you already told the public you're going to do their scholarships, you're going to do their roads, blah, blah, blah. Where is the money? Okay. So the guy said, you know, I don't want to be fair. I'll be thinking, I'll be candidate, I'll be revolt. And I let the guy speak. When he finished, I said, bro, I heard what you said. I said, but what I can tell you is this. I said, right now we have stacks of papers like this, stacks of people looking for work. Graduates, MDI, UTG, you know, people that have brains can do this job, maybe even better than these veterans that are sitting here for the past 30 years, no qualification, you're sitting here, you know, pushing paper. They cannot do any, they can't even give you a report, but they're collecting all our money. I said, we have stacks of papers of people that are interested in jobs. If any staff or workers in BAC feels like it'll like a revolt because of we trying to do the right thing, you said you want to revolt to give us a bad name. I said we welcome that because we will simply replace you within the next 2 days. We'll just call these guys, this list, they'll come and you'll be replaced. Life will go on. He was like, huh? I said, yeah. Is that what you have to say? Okay, yes, that's it. I can't tell you anything. I'm not going to sit here because of 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏, because of the bad publicity, whatever it is, temporarily shallow-minded people, what they're going to say. I sacrifice the whole West Coast to fit, just to accommodate this so-called JAMA. Oh, maintain the peace. When government say maintain peace, maintain JAMA, which means they are killing you. That's when they're slaughtering you, when they're trying to get on your neck and strangle you to death. That's what JAMA means to them. JAMA means no scholarships. JAMA means no world development funds. JAMA means no how to call it no drainage system. That's what the peace means. When they say peace, they mean backwardness. I'm saying all these things for you guys to understand. You need to be strong. You cannot just capitulate all the time, capitulate to the low whims and caprices of people that don't deserve it. I'm just giving all examples. These are real life things. But guess what? When BSc staff knew what was happening, we took out Jonga and Jeng. Did anybody revolt? No. Nobody revolted. Actually, on the contrary, we had more people that wanted to work for BSc. What ended up happening? Within 2 years, within these last 2 years, we employed 367 new employees. New, extra employees. On top of my mentor already. And they're all working fine, making good money, making average salary of $6,000. It used to be $2,000 average salary, the minimum. Now it's about $6,000. Everybody, minimum. Better than government. We were still able to pay all the salaries. No overdraft, no loans from Jar Oil. We're still able to spend $101 million on mobile equipments, tractors and excavators. We're still able to do our drainage systems. Still able to pay all our salaries. Despite adding 367 more people, we're still able to give $28 million to each ward for ward development funds. We're still able to do scholarships for 900 students. So if we capitulated and did this yappa thing, oh yeah, we don't want to influence, no, calm down, let's just, don't do that. Where are we today? We'll be sitting here, people insulting us. You didn't do anything here, look at you. You're not doing anything. Yes. The same people will be insulting you, the same people telling you to be peaceful, to be calm. Oh, Yangtze is arrogant, Yangtze is angry. That anger and arrogance is what brought you this 900 scholarships. Because without that, Jonga will still be there, Jang will still be there, and then they will still be doing what they have to do. They know the system, they know all the books, they know all the areas to collect, they know all the large. They will never do a ward development, like a property assessment. They will never do any of that. We're stuck with a mediocre system and a mediocre council, no money, and people getting more and more frustrated because we want to be nice. We care about what they're gonna say. We never sat there and say, okay, let's do an image, thing. No, we cannot be seen as people that are angry. We cannot be blah blah. No. They will say this, they will say that, they will say, oh, no, because I chased this guy away. The media, Jonga went on the media, Jonga went to Standard. Jonga and Jang, they went to Standard newspaper. They had an article. Yankuba Dabo was overstepping, blah, blah, where Jonga and Dabo became a media thing. They're all over the place. Instead of focusing on what Yankuba is trying to do, they went on a media crusade to make him an angry man, an arrogant man, difficult human being. Yeah, they were all over the newspapers. Jonga took a whole page in front of the Standard, that nonsense newspaper. Yep. So if you acted like UDP acting now, what do? You go into a shell. Oh no, I'm not angry. I'm nice. We are not like this. No, we are not angry. We are not arrogant. Yankuba will never. Have you ever heard Yankuba explaining himself about, okay, well, I'm not arrogant? No. He never even talks about it. He never sit there and say, oh, I'm not angry. Because it's a foolish conversation to have anyway. He's not an angry man. He knows he's not an angry man. He knows he's not an arrogant man. So you expect him to go there, and then just because some fools are sitting there calling him angry, people that cannot even wash Yankuba's shoe, sit in some corner, call him, yeah, he's arrogant. You can't even manage a corner shop. You're calling a man like that arrogant and yabate. Just to tarnish his image. Because he's trying to fight for something. For your own, even the people, more kilometers is arrogant, maybe one of their nephews or nieces or brothers is having a scholarship today because of that arrogance. What they call arrogance. But you never hear Yankuba, you never catch Yankuba sit there trying to defend himself all the time. No, he forges ahead, sets the agenda, and smashes it. That's what you do. You know what you're doing. You know you are doing the right thing. You have the right programs. You have no iota of tribalism in you. You have no iota of arrogance in you. You have no iota of, how to call it, everything they're accusing you of. Why are you afraid? UDP. March forward. Do what you have to do. During the campaign, Yankuba campaign, they tried everything. One time, he had a interview with 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏. I was watching live. Every 2-3 questions in that interview, they would say, oh, 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏 would say, oh yeah, he wanted to turn Yankuba's whole interview into a tabloid, he say, that's the Supreme Court, whatever, that they taking him to court for. Always bringing that interview back. And I interjected in that conversation. In the comment section, oh, that's not fair. People are listening. People of West Coast are listening to 𝒂𝒂💏, whatever Bantaba or 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒔. They need to hear what Yankuba is going to do with taxes. They need to hear what Yankuba is going to do with the drainage system in Brikama. They need to hear what Yankuba is going to do about education, healthcare, and things like that. This is what the people of West Coast are tuning into Kerfado at that time and listening to what Yankuba have to say. But every 2-3 minutes, they'll put that insulting in there. I said, I interjected in the comment section, look, is there any other question you can ask other than just insults? Because they were trying to, I'm not trying to say what they were trying to do, but the idea was they are pushing him to a point where it's not good for any politician. They take all your knowledge and throw it away and then make you a foolish man dealing with insults. Yeah, I can do audio, video, Supreme Court, British police, no, you go Supreme Court, kangaroo court, kangaroo court, blah blah blah. Trying to bring that back every 2, 3, 4 questions, same thing. I'm like, no. I interjected, I said, this is nonsense. We had a big back and forth, and I'm like, we're not going back to this again. I told Yankuba, these interviews, whatever, if it has to be these questions, we are not doing it. We have better things to do. We have a campaign to run. We don't have time to come here and get questioned about Nendro 24/7. I learned my lessons from 2021. I never wanted to repeat that with Yankuba. We said, you're not going back there. If there's going to be the interviews, we're going to ask me, nope, you're not going back there. We are here for policies. Ask me about my taxes. Ask me about, roads. Feeder roads in West Coast, where you're going to get the money from, how you're going to raise taxes. BAC was raising 70 million, how are you going to raise the money? Ask me these tough questions. But no. We cut that off. During Yankuba's election, we like, nope, we are not dealing with that. Go ask that question somewhere else, but not here. You have to stand your ground. The media has their job to do. They want to just, they want to be, they want to do the sensational, whatever. No, because that's what sells. People like foolishness. You have to force them to come back to reality. Force their minds to come back to the real politics that decides our lives. In Furindiamo, I think I stop. You never hear anything about some sound policies. People are tired of this. This election, what anybody not with some nonsense, 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒔 will deal with it and will expose it as a triviality unless you come and bring us tangible proofs. And if it's somebody that's responsible person of the UDP, may you call order. Because anytime they say yes, UDP and you're like, can Mosaga? Wow, I'm going to do executive. I send Gaela, some guy can. Wow, man, pause in mom like Nago, mom did elephant. No, I can't. Don't know for you, no friend, a long time friend. I was some guy, then how do they just guy can? Wow, you some guy, then yes, actually, you must own 9 years back. I found a media tool, media on about, not a media for but I found a media. I'm going to media buffalo, but I found another media team. Not a media home. I said, now 9 years over 15 years. I am Makajala Dunkin. Well, I sent guy, you for the saga, I think I can. A sort of, but when I did a follow cut. Because I don't go saying, can I mean? How do you think I can? How do this guy? I'm not a this guy. I ignorant guy money. Woman, well, I told you for my young bang. Let me tell you something. I'm not from Malatek. I'm not from Malatek. ngai ko ngie muta dulauto ngie intellect ila hakilo ngie je dulauto men hayta bakke ngai am na fu mala tek fu sori waaw ngai jinga man ay profile nga gis ni nga ne ma whatever ngai man ñu duma leen di follow because xam naa ne Facebook bi man do mëna contrôle ñëpp dañu Facebook be contrôle no la mo be kamen sa fela bo be Serigne Jamal be Serigne Italie be Serigne France ina la téléphone on teme lo mbi melo Serigne ding nta fono la ite be ñi defal ite ñu fala nkai ko kon yo you have to decide who do you take your information from you kon man fuma la tek fa sori man dama fone yow da nga smart dama foog de am nga xel da nga am ay degree ay masters ngay tofi di ma wañan ay jëm mag jaane non ngay yow lolu ya ko tay kay why not you come and tell me this what Karamba Touré said, this what Boka Jame said, this what Larry said, this what Dr. Lai Mane wrote ngay man fala la tek level bobu non fala la tek way yow nga ñu di ma rey waaw sen ki ngay yow su nga bok ngay so yow fu nga tol fu mo sa poids ay waxi naka sa how to call it tabloid one. Okay, that's not me. So you decide what. Okay, my view, I blocked over 2,000 people. People want to understand why I block people. If I can find value, you coming for the, you bring Yamatia to my wall, I get you out of there. Because this is my bantaba. This is my Salak cabinet. It's not a bantaba for everybody to come and do your nonsense. I'm not a public official or come. I don't hold whatever. My page is not for. It's not a bantaba. If you come here, you add value, you cannot do it, you go your way. So your time it. Filter yourself. If you're attracted to filth, you will get filth. If you're attracted to quality, if you seek quality, quality will come your way. Manakone, there's so much quality in UDP, so much intellectuals guy, but their voices are drowned out because of this nonsense you are telling me right now. You are here spending, you are a media executive. You're telling me about some nonsense boy sitting in an asylum in Germany home. Come on. No offense to whatever, boys, but I'm just saying. Talk to me about what Dr. Laimane told you. That I can understand. Oh, Larissa said this. Oh, Lady Bawara said that. We can talk. Let's elevate the discussion. But always diving down the gutter. Every 2-3 minutes you dive down the gutter. Gutter diving. I'm not diving no gutter for anybody here. If you can't elevate your discussions, you go talk to somebody else. I, as a party, UDP, let the media team start condemning all this, whatever, every Tom, Dick and Harry, UDP. That's your problem. I am not going to do it. And I'm not subscribing to it either. I hold my party so high, at higher level. I'm dealing with higher level stuff. Not, oh, some guy make an audio, UDP come out and condemn it. Yeah, where's the proof? Oh, we don't have any proof of that audio. Look what happened here. Talib went, and he went on the media. First interview Talib did, he said, UDP, Sagai. Man Saga. Up to today, nobody in MP, or whatever, USU or MSU, I don't even know their name anymore. They have 10 different names. Nobody can come out and say, yes, this was the audio that somebody said Talib Ite, Mullah Saga. No screenshot, no audio recording, no video recording of any saga. Dr. Lamin Mane went to iAfrica just last week. A whole intellectual had a lot to say that's going to benefit the country from corruption to whatever it is. These people went and asked him about the Talib, the saga Talib. And what Dr. Mane told him? I like Dr. Mane. He's not one of those intellectuals that are scared to talk to people or to defend themselves. He the fact that I have the kiwa nyininka. Give me the proof. Anasagabi. Still now, the Africa guy cannot produce that saga. So there's no saga. So Dr. Mane will not sit there and waste his time. If it was some other people, they'll sit there like, yeah, saga, start explaining. And once you explain again, you are losing. But Dr. Mane did the opposite. He asked for what? Evidence. He asked what every smart, responsible people do. Where's evidence of Saga to Talib? Instead of sitting there defending yourself about, oh yeah, we need Saga and Talib, you definitely don't. Be me the evidence, I will do the needful. If I find any of my party members insulting Talib, we'll come out and say, no, this is not us. We are moral people, we are upright people. Dr. Mane shut it down immediately. Move on to the next topic. This is how you handle public image problems. You don't sit here and turn to every small dick, Tom, Dick, and Harry, and then every trivial issue, jump on it, addressing this, addressing that, and forgetting about your agendas you need to set to the Gambian people. We need to hear how we're going to make Gambia rise self-sufficient within 5 years, within 10 years. Give us a timeline. We need what? Gambian is right now 22,000 hectares of land, furrow land, to feed ourselves. If we are growing one crop a season, if we are doing 2 crops a season, we need 11,000 hectares. How do I know this? I learn, I research. One time I left here, I went to Jahal Pachar, I spent 3 days there. Nobody knows I'm there. Unless the guy that hosted me, a farmer. 3 days, I went there. I spent 2 nights with the Chinese nationals that are sent by the Chinese government to study our entire Gambia's, how to call it, rice, edible rice growing area. They mapped out 300,000 hectares of available rice hectares for agriculture. I saw the documents, they showed me everything. I only need 22,000 if I'm growing only 1 crop, and this will have 3 crops a year is possible. We're only doing 2 crops. We need 11,000 hectares to feed ourselves. The extra 300 and something thousand, 310, 220,000 hectares can be used to feed Africa. We can be a rice exporter instead of an importer. We have the land, the river, we don't need rain. These are the things I like to talk about. I love this kind of, if you find me, my friends, these are the things I talk about. Wallahi, if you find me, I do consultancy for farmers sometimes. I help farmers access funding. Sometimes people don't know what I do here. I hear some people say, blah, blah, he's a failure. But they don't know. I even saw one person one lady commented, I said I spent all my time in America, no achievement. And then some lady came and said, oh, he laughed. He said, yeah, he laughed there. She laughed there, affirming that comment. But funnily, that lady and I share the same office complex. I'm a counselor at BAC. I don't go to BAC every day. I make policies, we discuss, we do things, we pass budgets, I go my way, I have my life. That lady ridiculing me in that comment, saying, oh, I spent my life in America, I didn't have any achievement. She was for car power. I work next door. My office is next door. The office alone, me and my partner, the office is $10,000 a month, a year office. I tell the office better than car power shit. We see every time, she sees me every time. But she's there on Facebook saying, these are the kind of nasty, crazy people. I never like to do this kind of stuff. I don't talk about myself. I don't have time for it. But I'm just giving you the reason why I said this data about agriculture. These are the things we need to be here and asking UDP. I need a timeline, UDP. Tell me, you have the land. You have 300,000 hectares, UDP. If you come to government, can you guarantee me 5 years that you will grow at least 11,000 hectares? Do 2 crops a year and feed me, entire country. I don't need to bring a peck of rice here. And I'll save my country billions of dollars in foreign exchange, taxes, all this nonsense. Rice would come down to like $1,000. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting calls. I would love to come here and not talk about anything else. And inshallah, I'll do that. I'll talk about various industries. I'm here on the ground. I am working with various industries. From poultry, I work with poultry farmers. I work with, farmers. I work with other people. Help them organize their farms, their businesses, and then help them try to secure major investments from outside so they can grow this country's economy and then get us out of importation. This is my passion. This is what I do on my own. I'm not employed by anybody. So I would love to come in here and explain to you how we are going to attract FDI, foreign direct investments into this country, using our leveraging our connections with our membership into banks like Adressing Bank, ADB and things like that, ECOWAS Investment Bank. Because I'm here, I know friends. I went to Senegal. The agriculture minister, I've visited his house many times. Okay? We talk about these things. The current Senegalese Minister of Agriculture. Okay? I know the amount of investment he was able to secure from ECOWAS Investment and Development Bank, AIBD, to Senegal, over $100 million to Senegalese farmers. Gambia is a part of that bank. Gambia is a member of that bank. Forever, we have never received $1 from the bank to come here as an investment for our food security industry. These are the stuff I like to talk about. You think I want to be on Facebook talking about this, all these issues? No, this exactly, if you see me in my friends, this is what we talk about. I have friends here that are working on building cement factories here from America. The challenges they are facing, how are we going to open our country? How are we going to leverage our country as an export country? How are we going to bring factories into this country for youth employment? How are we going to create a whole industrial zone in Fonyi or Kiang in the bush, an industrial zone that's going to be producing parts, producing mechanical parts, producing motorcycles, producing tuk-tuks, producing things, and then selling it into West Africa. Because Gambia is a position of Benyaming. It's not just a port. We can also mass produce motorcycles, vehicles, so many things. Electronics, cell phones, laptops. So you are a laptop distributor in China, or you are a motorcycle distributor in China. You are depending on clients from Mali, from Guinea-Conakry, Burkina Faso, to come and buy it from you in China. They pay this high. Sorry, not network. I'll come with. You guys hear me? Can I get a thumbs up, please? Okay. Yeah. So, can you guys hear me? Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay, good. That's fine. Yeah. So these are the things we need to be talking to Gambians about. Because if I come and tell a Gambian, like, I have opportunities, like we have opportunities, right? So what was I saying? Okay, so not just the port, but we have great opportunity to position ourselves as an exporting country. We make products. We don't have to use other products. If you go to Mali, the motorcycle, Mali be the motorcycle, Mali, Burkina Faso, millions of motorcycles, but they'll have to pay these high dollars, okay, to go and buy things from China. So I'm a businessman. If I have to make an order for, let's say, 1,000 motorcycles for my clients in Mali, I have to go and pay what? Pay foreign currency. I have to buy foreign currency. The difference is too much. It kills all your profit. Then I have to pay taxes. I have to pay import taxes. The container has to come to Senegal or Dakar. Okay? Dakar or Gambia. And then transport back to Mali because they are landlocked, to Guinea-Conakry, to Burkina Faso. So it's too much. So Gambia, you go to China, say, okay, you are a motorcycles manufacturer in China, you are a tuk-tuk manufacturer in whatever, you are a laptop manufacturer in, okay, now, I have a land from Kiang Sankandi, from Fonyi Bondali, come Kanilai Johnson, all the way to Kanilai. How do you call it? Kiang. That land is open. I'll make it an industrial zone. You come, bring another small mini Chinatown. We open it up, clear it, city is going to be there. People are going to live there. People are going to have hospitals. People are going to have street lights. People are going to have shopping centers. And workers will come and flock to work and do manufacturing jobs for motorcycles, assemble them. They will only bring the engine. Everything else gets manufactured here. The tires, everything put together, assembled, clean and ready. Then the Malian client, now on the ECOWAS protocol, we have to create, if I have something here on the ECOWAS protocol, if I have a good here in Gambia, you don't need to go to China to go buy the good. It's here already. So the trader Remember Mali and Guinea-Conakry and Burkina Faso, they now don't have to change their money to dollar. They don't have to do the whole foreign currency dollar thing. They don't have to worry about LCs, letter of credit. LCs will cost you at least 3%. So let's say you buy $100,000 worth of product, 3% is $30,000. No, sorry, $3,000. But if it's like I think it's about $3,000. So that is just the cost of the LC, the letter of credit, because in international trade you don't use cash. Let's say you do a $10 million worth of sugar or rice, an LC for that or SBLC is going to cost you 3%. That's $300,000. You pay just to access that facility. So it adds up. So, but when the trader now, the motorcycle salesman in Mali hear that there's a motorcycle in Gambia, they just want to bring their containers from Mali or bring their big trucks, buy 300-400 motorcycles from a factory direct on that thing, Jarasoma, Tambakunda, they're in Mali in 2 days. Short time, no crazy wait 2, 3, 4 months of container in the high ship. What's going to happen to the container market? You can see the container market, the world market, this la COVID like a pempam, a baby nyokono, container sertela, the facerly, 4 base. You don't have to worry about all that. It's already here. Laptops, even a blind man can make. I've worked in Dell before for 3-4 years. I can assemble a laptop with my eyes closed. It's very, very easy. All these small boys you see running around in GTI, Gambia, from there they can easily start making laptops. Very easy. Put a CPU and bum, you are ready to go. Test it, it's out. Then that laptop manufacturer is now selling to Burkina Faso. What's their population? About 20 million. Mali, about 20-something million. Guinea-Conakry, about 15-16 million. So you're looking at immediately almost a 30 to 50 million people population feeding off Gambia from just our land and our workforce. We don't need oil. See? We go into what again? Technology, software engineering. Right now, all American companies, these Fortune 500 companies, what are they doing now? They are searching the world for cheap labor. They are searching the world for qualified software engineers that are not gonna cost them too much. The average software engineer in America right now, in Seattle, they get paid like $150,000 a year. That's excluding their insurance, excluding their vacation time. So the whole package is almost $300,000 or $250,000 a year just to employ, Funko, just to employ a software engineer. That's how much it's gonna cost you. Okay, so you come to Gambia. So now they're scouring the world. They're going to India, they're going to Bangladesh, they're going to Vietnam. They're going to all these places to now find software engineers. But Gambia has a very interesting story when it comes to software engineering. If we invest in software engineering alone, okay, so right now, so the Gambia has one of the most advantageous locations when it comes to this industry. We are way better than India, way better than Bangladesh and all these other countries when it comes to outsourcing software engineering jobs from Fortune 500 companies in America and UK to other countries. Because what Gambia offers, we offer very big advantage. We offer English. England, India and this Bangladesh, you all hear the English, right? Very bad English. Very tough accent. Come here, help you. They have this weird accent, okay? We have a very good understanding of English and our accent is not that bad. We can communicate, okay? Number 2, we are on the GMT time zone, the Greenwich Meridian time. This is the world standard time zone. And what that gives us, this time zone we can do business. We can have a company doing business with companies in America from New York, the eastern side of America, New York, right? All the way to the central time zone of America, which goes down to Colorado. So Gambia la position of a diamond when it comes to software engineering. Come put a company like do Walter for Ninki le Kurosuri Kendake. na location o ning companies business keno we can sign a contract with a company all the way to America la Central Time Zone men kata Colorado ma honde ni si business ko no bianko ñu ko business wala ko somanda e wuli somanda yen call ni e kacha nga business kacha ñi nekk nga report di la batran tolbe time ko no malla follow ito fana me la follow but na be kala India ti they have to get up and you know 2 a.m. sometimes in America 3 a.m. in America sometimes just to put in America put in India diamono ile Indian client let's say India let's say tell them get the Africell okay in ila software doko ya outsource to India but saying it will time when put it in India kacha because suto talam fula jana put it in Indian ko kacha no ila time wala but Gambia ala ndemale ndomo promotion nsisi jang we are in the same time zone working time zone all the way to Central United States and then on the east side I thought for Eastern Germany la and then Angleterre France you know Bulgaria all the way to Eastern Germany. So we stand at a very, very, very high advantage position to tap into software development. Because software technician will get trained, get apparently just to do computer programming. Back end, front end, then we get paid. Kodi $10. You can mojo America $150,000. Eko jang. Just give me 50, honey 70, 60 or 50 I didn't matter. Because $60,000 that's $2 million. Actually, it's more than that. It's about $3 million. $3 million. $3 million. Just software engineer, you can make $3 to $4 million. That's $4 billion. That's more than what tourist industry be can samana. One industry da madama of this. Then fanan kanyum fali. Amay ko mi medium akada jana wore company bi jana right now mini ba keka na friend do bije nyum company babu ja mo tansa bani fengol babu do ko right now ala lowest employee dabbe ko jang mel ko ma hani qualify ba ka follow abe katande kana pour jana up to speed wala ko wil talulu no ka se dala so wil talulu 15 no ka se wala ka sia minister la jote dini mere be do ko la be steri jang jamma jele jang nyum company na friend la tam na friend do fana bije campaign time fa kono 2021 campaign yo ndale baaw sudi bulomota nga samba fo nañu friend lo company don kay na ya jibe membe kire njang fotara jay fo nin kelje ibe do ko lebe ibe computer bala ibe programme le pakan City Bank you know Daimler Chrysler Mercedes Benz you know SAP America ibe le computer programme kan dambe do be sirim jang bur fuk jang ni fotara ka be America ngay lafte la pour ñu di pilota ndo la fa ñu nekk la jang ba ñaaja man la fi pour ko somtay ka sa fi kare bala dama la be nekk mel nekk bari ka internalize no wala ndara ba suliya a bisita ñawnya ngabula mu rokon nga kuruntu fo ñu la company do selta santo ngay la fa ñe ñala ay gambe dingol je e bi do ko la in American time making American software for Fortune 500 companies in this country. Nka fofo nfa jang nte am living it ndabaka kuma class kuma diam famfe abe kerna asikeno bari amansia nko ba so nka so pour nyama sekunda lota nyi naram ko GDP wala na masakunda laftale nga $200 million dépense nyi kunna kadulada daye ke taraje ka domoro ke ka tastringe so manda wala rajin dinol ka men wala just programme rek ke best programme alti ni wafi sa ngata Daimler Chrysler ngata Benz ngata City Bank ngata Chase Bank ngata Wells Fargo ko look alla nyin doko ndesa kala no afela ñene na paquet jot ñi nadino wala yene no afela ne ñin de mel kele ba di la ñin doko la bu ndesa ke kan jojel la ja $200,000 100 ntejo 50 la give me $3 million. I'm fine. Ha! Can I do vacation? Can I do pension? No, just give me $50,000, $60,000. What will do now? And the fanangan don't ya. Do not develop 10. You want funding key will flash about 5 one. Maybe that someone die. You will in millions of abijila. Sound one. As a caracon. The lasso. Ha! it is the reality. But man yin kata sifal fo keno muntu wal do sitan ko yin kata sifal ngani fo keno ibe jabi wonu ha karle safero ko jana karle ko ni mujolade karle ko ni abira malile insur arambare si kanyin fensifa fo tolie. This kind of enlightening kachal men ko is a possibility. It's not some pie in the sky. More lives to switch within 1, 2, 3 years. But yeah, kachal baby nyokono na campagne be kajam kuma furum fode yenna politiko be di fundi mo la jang kuma furum fo kuma kalantam fo kola dro anim fen defend be ku furo defend la dro alinga fon ko sugude. I wish nyinga kan nakachade warwa nara jang ko biyo da ngara man kaja wala nyewala bunda mo be kerinje mo si keno mo ta de possibilities mo be kere murtan ni fotara murtan bi nyewala karola ke jamon so bolal ilo anyem bo me kachade na ka kacha finya malla ilo nyem be la me ko men kaja ilo sabale mandara particular bari na ka kachale akalo nan kamen fo. But I feel in the political bit yambulu. Ke Babucarr be sirin jang. Why IMF do kula World Bank do kula bi jang. Ni tara minire wato wati ibe ni kala ko furundi amulla. Karele neng. Karele nyinkete. Ha? Yeah, right. Na nyinke wa fana be diamulla ja Bakary maro. Atamu doctor to America. Akala lobitano do. Akamene faja ako Asianol. Ha? Jamaja kila doku ila lobitano la ni software doku ika be kini mole banda India lam jana Pakistan ulbe fo jana ndol fe janjan nang America banja fanyola bada mala bentema tam fonni ke manya kata bakuy mun bakuy ita bakuy kata mun je 3,500 euro per year per month abwa tambola man sa ko la indile mensan 1,500 len 1,500 1,300 euro pada bodo se balwal. But what became mira? Nana kabonang tamola. Na fly soro janale kabonang latunu. I think England or Dubai. Na transit soro janale Morocco. Nim na trade minister même na trade kunyala dum badara na benda badara Babucarr Diouf. Anala permanent ni benda lo fonko airport do. Ngani nakata bakeje ngani ntangi ko so. Kamana atolo bika wonu alfana eta. Alita raba. Senegal fele comme Mercedes Benz la sa la troque be sama kanja Senegal fele fonko dala kan tata boss Senegal o bossol be ni tara Dakar akeje lo boss ko den tata ka ko ye TA ko buri Senegal karo be la Senegal ni ngu haru den gejo way finkan abe ka Senegal o company mentama di on tere malam Omar Ndiaye tata la me be ka buri gejo way Pikine ñaari tali jana prim param a boss ko mënol tan ama ñi abaka nak ha bari abeka de la Sénégal ha ndara je last time abe ñi ka kam fu sa kino jam fang ga ndol mo bare folo ga ndol mo wol be jalla la folo wol ko be fongol ko dinko ko folo ñu ma ko ndani mo no su do ko keno ha so ñim possibilité jurumo le be jam but unfortunately men ñanda kana kanyim fato le wala be bisi dum la dimba fa ku furin dimba fa they don't even have time to come and tell you this is what we can do. We want to build an industrial zone somewhere. Membe mo will employ la ay do ko create ay bagaso create nga bonni nga wafe Gambia manke Gambia mu wafir bankolti Gambia do ya batale e fofu ndara jam factory ndolta be do monola population man fensi 1 million plus la kany membe farata be fani ala nomba baten abe ko karanta Gambia man fensi ila nomba jurumulta be politique abe campagne suñare bol ba ni harama do ko jam moti jam yani bolona tambi janta tambi brikam moti je son tol mu wafiri bankolti mon fanje wonyama ala badin na ko ala fele bañing ma straight la 400 kilometers fo basse tamba ko na bala kak ala ko ngali yakal ñinala ala sila al baña mala ala mo fo ñimme ala la yala foare la ala kanje yala toñala kanyina fo jam ko to man ko banko foare di kalanta yani kalamata baleani mira balea wala mforeani ala mam fenkel fellan kanja mesin foreani ay badi yalla mo kanyum bañi le imba Gambia River isa busa fofo basse 400 kilometers ala so wala ato ka sibi mali la trade e mali kata e ka bagaso boni Senegal port umuntu la manol troko tada bagaso boni Senegal la porto amanna Gambia la porto ata Senegal 500 kilometers keme lulu akola jani essential la amanya na menjana nana don Gambia la ato jani ila ma jula duma la nyamata iya Gambia poroje aba nyama ba fonso ga inda fonso la nyame bagasol bije motorcycle ni fo everything bije mali solata men aba Gambia obula kakara Senegal Dakar and then an extra 500 kilometer bori. Which businessman will ever do that? Nobody will do that, Kodi. But Manana can be. Manana be Senegal for better to go. Yin wala ñu ko jam man sa ha ka be la fon ka ngam moje mom mo be ka kala kana president en keji min ka rafo atol atol mal mi fa kerende ala wani mu caaxaan ko wolde munatinas mali bi gana jagina mali mam basoto fentebul ela fofore ni ka do moje fofore ni ka manam bantala abena ida Gambia wala Senegal wala Ivory Coast Côte d'Ivoire enim Côte d'Ivoire mandia ndo ela dia maje mundu mala kala ko tanki abe melal so Senegal wala Gambia ñine la choice enim Senegal mandia malio malo Senegal lay bu kala ñola do ko ñi mambede ñu do fana ko mambede kan so be ñola to bari man choice oto Gambia no yo kanule malio wala fa Gambia ndekata jede so ngalan kam fa ni la bagaso boni jang wala itara bagaso boni Senegal 500 kilometers extra i bola Senegal yo ko essentiel yalla mu jom yalla mu million jelati pour ñing fankol ñing naka malal businessman wol pétrole malila la essentiel aka banan Gambia le wala Senegal ñing kul wona kul ti wala samana e kanala ya dump gam petroleum wala la ñing kastul den wala ya samba Senegal buru Mali la fankol ila businessmanol wala kana yana ya biya samba ni ya samba ikafme kudola ka soto je ka me throughput in oil trade iba fole yo throughput ning troko sarseta every metric ton so kulu wona kana jama kulo me kana jama gambe jang 10 lem 12 kata abakata mi 20,000 metric ton tono metric ton wili muang wili tandululam hajel so every metric ton of petrol membotan na mandina ring abitaka anyanda kamene jo throughput charge ñi mañina oto mo tadal $35 lam dollar tansabani lulu every metric ton ngam malian clear lolo nana ke ma ko lolo pour que tulo sanja ni fana ka dille ha ñelo ko jamallo ngam malian clear lolo so non wol kalafika metric ton 100,000 karokon malian client klimbasan Gambia man ka bankuti ko yanna Gambia la banku ndelo na altama folo ma fa America ndo ko mala America ni Angleterre wol da bonni je ha nda dum Mali wata e balon ko Gambia man ka bankuti yedum ko nakere yedu ma folo because bukina la barbaro la yina Gambia be ke dala soron Malian client killing abe million abe metric ton 100,000 salma sai you multiply 100,000 by $35 that's about $3.5 million kulin killing client killing most of the karokon yo ka client fulati dollar million tamfele easily karokon that's almost almost half a billion dollars no close to about $750 million client killing most of the nimali kan la tulo bondi jang bari bana jang kata min tol Senegal dama ko kodota Senegal Gambia ntol mele bentolu gam petroleum na kana tulo ke dami wala gam petrol wala na tulu ma bodlate gam petroleum buka tulu da tulu table essence table to ka ma bole ni ya sama kulo kono kulo na dump then sandrila lena ya sang ni ya sang ya pompe ila troko na inaita. This is what gam petroleum does. Ntol man tulu soto but kolon le bembulon ka tulo ma bo dami ni mela tulu soto yana ya ma boje ni moya sang comme le sente ntele tulo tanga samana nte Babucarr Sidiki Jammeh no sorry let me comme la mas le tulo sang atelen tulo ba terbul bare ay meso da siatale metri ton wili lulu babul wala wili tam awota a juruma jam so sa ja oil nte solo ta jele la wili fula rool jena orex isolta wili sabal bari wili fulo ja oil la wili fula solo ta menna tulo la kunun te bola nang arabolia wala tubabolia kaka na fujang kana dalas kana 2000 metric ton dama sam gambe bukake so kulum bala kana juruma samana den nin ja oil fa lumenna ayta ay kudo bondi ayta nde ayta lalo mas jo kay lalo mas ila kudo fele nsorata wili fulalla adinna ay lalo mas kumo ki gampetere la ko yen jola de idimashe naka ja oil en jola de kudo fele am fatarana kanto ko la aka solta wili fulalla essential metric tono that is 2 million liters. You understand? Once lalo mas mentamu tuloti confirmation sort ko nying jole dana be direction kila gam petroleum wala ta ya pompe ngana troko pack ya pompe 5 2000 metric tons every metric tons ngana $35 jo ko do ta man sekunda la poso kono man sekunda ta soto yela tulota ite e mande den close ita mali so ntol la capacity membe gam petroleum is only 25,000 metric tons for diesel. Do fana biya kerosene ani nyim holde bara mangsia. Ya jibiya hani 50,000 metric tons ata sila. Barin kale kilan kelme mali men si wili 100,000 metric tons asasa no karokon. Sa gambe nyadam reja ala sa linga diam. Capacity tentu bulu. We have no capacity, but in capacity solo, Malin kol benaja na tulutaja. Say I'm told them as a country. Wala mundi, Banangata, Nakodo Fere, Nakodo Ligente, Nakodo Luhus, Makela Jamaya. Nana capacity low 100,000 capacity of storage capacity. Pour Mali Dama, Nalo pour Mali or drone. Wonyo jibe abe kosla nin dol dana diamata no company dol diamata no ke jibe fobe na sawala kana gambe kana invest ko son tama ko soro prina yelo ko do ke je ininga doma abe kosla around 30 to 40 million dollars la ha pour ko do da mun ko dibati ni mo soro jang yalo bonto bade close sa mandene dembe je so yena ite na bonto ma fala bonto ni mono mo jafanyola de jati bi jela already abe partale yes ya lipaje ano restaurant yo ke pour Mali dron Mali rek say budum iteli Mali ta ali kacha say leftale na atana ka bonija yo fo Mali kay bagage fe already astaghfirullah storage fe la be pareta say Mali business o be sila la fanjibe ngata ngani samba Gambia ngani na bagage ta Gambia say wala ngata Senegal nga extra 500 km essential job for nothing. Abina men dole hani men siyo banda ibina Gambia yina kama Gambia Senegal sirina yenyil long biyo kacala na biyo mbe kacala bi alimbala na biyo mala ngam fanya tufaka fona nyaay mari bi kacala jam fala do man al sorro I hope I'll be free na mantara bisil mbag. So, ngani kulo fa Senegal yi lon. Wala nyam masa la ilaha illallah. Ngani dinu jaka param jang ko aruma almala kam nyini. Senegal yi lon. Sénégal ko ñinto bulo sita ñina nganyel lo jang it all they are finished ila economy kube kala la sembe war la baga momen ka balu ñi Mali la ñi exporter de la fo Sénégal million le mo jama balam billiard CFA la ka dum ñinto yem fan dada jang nganyel lo jang ngom Mali say ala decide yana Gambia ya soro jang wala ta Sénégal yi extra 500 kilometers jo tanen na of fuel 500 kilometers your times by fuel, let's say, 2 or 3 liters per 1 or 2 liters per kilometer. You're looking at almost 1,000 something liters. For what? When you're in Gambia, you save all this money. So they'll be forced by economic reasons to come to Gambia and get their fuel. But what does this mean for Senegal? A much more powerful country than us. They own our security. Say, telebento gadka. Nawek betolo blokono. Ajala. Ni kamfara bibira yasu nawek kapaj. Mbedo dibo kwenye sansansan. Bankuwe tumbo. Isakeno. Ye muta wato mendo. Telebena state house. Ye nyafu state house fana security. Ye nyafu mendo electricity. Sayen tol ko mina kukela na banko kanyang development no membe tol fondi la billion la watamala kalanko ñi bela meka ba Sénégal Gambia bena bopala wal man kan ma na ndeb gaf wala la kalanko bena bopata kere wala ibe wish la ko mo kumbeto tracé la state house wala bana mansiana fa mente wala bana karona wala ñinga moje nte ngoni kacha ala bila imfutare dam bos namanan chance de kany ndulka fom ni gamela la ñi membe kering din jama ko wuri jang ba fala ni manta si kantum wonyo kaya si de jang Sénégal be sila fa wala Sénégal ba fayita ndel Sénégal kar hana to lam ede bo ala itika moment garde o kabina ku gala banko kan abina poro dala wala store nyalanko abete fondi la bil abe mo la wul nete kama sila abela banko mo kren ni me be killer fa kam kadu ila transporter ila ni dokulal pordo abe fala do bola be sofala Sénégal be sele yo jibe bi be ku bel traila kawo sabotage ni ma mansa soto mais ka kumbira ni mansa men ka ko nyala ka be force la pour ka nyinke butum promo bina promo do bala be ke kamenke e kam batane dami right now e kam menke ning kulo bot ning malila troko nada kilen kilo menke na ja ni baga sota mandinare e san sota mandinare kata e kam menke la e ke bale foeta Tambakunda ni dara fu basse welengara ajal eta welengara ita findi jana Tambakunda so from Tambakunda ikana dum wolta ina dum Mali so Sénégal kamenke nyala ko troko imbar Gambia yani essence ikate gapa Tambakunda la yesi rek ye pak sa ñine be kere folo kilin ko makana Mali jan Gambia jan ke gapo ke bala fo ñu fra Tambakunda ye pak ye kuba leka ha kayta karile ñing karile ñim fengere ni ma so de ko ta Banjul pour Banjul ya faxe nang yo kay resor sansan ba fala mu ruje di la sitra sinje 7 days be sirin 5 days be sirin bodato imam cross no du Mali ning essential temo it's not just Gambian essential temo ndol bala ben tolbol cross na no tafta fa na sansan nga ko man tafa pak kuno ko taraja nabi wulo khone betara ba ko na jay bela yaro la ni ko man fat bi nabi kulo be essential droplé ndol man national security promotion of fuel Mali la tuluko is a national security problem nin tulo man kita je man sakunda be jilale you understand It's a national security issue. It could spell the end of a presidency. The implications for Mali. So, wale tara troko tara pakin in Tambacounda for 1 week, 3 days, 4 days. Manko keta Mali, Bamako, wala Sigassou, wala Kai, wala Timbuktu, Prolamonada. Military will be affected. Military la movement. Mali wara battle. Courant, generator, be affected. Mali is too big. Bamako dama Gambia blokon. Mining, membi ja sembor. A baker depend munakang ni essential desert. Ntol jang fendi jang ntol jang korona mala ntoka solo da mala Mali korona mandat mining mijele ila military law is too much can be used and so many other things. So wala na tool it rista nola kana jang every time Senegal ke batandi jana Tambacounda ha. So this diplomatic problem Gambia ka hany ka fo dala folo kandu mamma so men go officer ka Senegal face ka fo hey nga ECOWAS la protocol la nga bunya of free movement of what goods and services, goods and people across West African states. Senegal ka loi Tremondo inyakas ya jamano ni batandi je ya kamne ka ngara la farfanya store inyakas. Wala nakatumo ya kasi ya siraga farfanya strong atol mala be kering ko sa fanam buka faliye mer na kake nyim lalam nyim Tambacounda ni en na mutom reje ni ko mela jere ya fane ko dadi ko la farfanya gare bu Senegal wuro be transporteur wi ya ko wala na le bla faranga bula so ni farfanya bula afane jana bula. So this is a complex nature of this oil part and also the opportunities that are available that could be done, but it's going to require a very, very, very tough and complex diplomatic skill, diplomatic maneuvering, regional diplomacy, because in Banco dolbe degola ka Senegal pressure ka kodo ke puri kodo bula. ECOWAS have to, so many things have to happen because dollars economic prosperity nya do bi membe sola la men la ning ko mbaso to den Senegal be no jola ha wodo Gambia man sola ta man salla menon ko maso ko bera bakel ha ko bera bakel a 40 I would even say a 40 come like Msafa asmata baki. Ay dunia lo. Aninyi mo sino tablo kono nyonya kono jibe atekela mundi wote. Ha. It's very, very important. Kubala benyar. After Adam Barona Breja. Kadamo kan yo sidele yo jakulu yo sidele ya sidi ya pagjana. So we have all these opportunities that are sitting there right now. We cannot tap into it because of this type of leadership the message follow. So after Adama, when a sound, properly educated leader takes over, is when we will start confronting these realities. These opportunities are not going to come into play. And then 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏. You know, I talked about earlier, like about a Chinese, sort of a Chinatown in somewhere around Fonyi and Kiang, manufacturing things and then selling into West Africa. Guess what? Senegal is also on that race. I go to Dakar all the time. I know what they're doing. They will also want to be the marketplace of West Africa. Even though we have a stronger advantage than them, we have better policies, we have much more relaxed fiscal policies, financial policies. They are bound, they are restricted by, restricted by, how to call it, the CFA in France. We don't have that restrictions. We can be more open and liberal. with our market, and allow other countries to come and benefit from us, and then get their products. We attract their investments and their trade. So, but they are advanced. They are now in advanced stages of this Chinese collaboration. They are building massive factories, and then we are a little behind schedule. But despite all that, within 5 years, we can catch up and overtake them because of our natural geographical location and our proximity to the sub-regional market, much more easier or faster than they are. Once we build something and we start competing, economically, it would make sense to come to Gambia than Senegal. But how do we navigate the international financial markets and things like that to access these funds and attract investments and make ourselves attractive? This is the challenge in the eyes of Senegalese hostility, because they will be hostile. They wouldn't show their hostility come as per se outwardly, oh blah blah blah. But they will do it in ways that you will even know. The typical Gambian, typical layman wouldn't understand these hostilities. They will use systems. They will World Bank, IMF to squeeze us. Oh, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. You cannot take this loan. You cannot blah. You cannot. They will do all of these things just to make sure capital doesn't flow here. Foreign investment capital. This is it. So I think we've touched a lot of things today. I'll kind of stop here. And I wish more and more, enlighten the minds so the people can understand what is at stake. When we say somebody wants to be a president, they come and say, oh, I'm a big lawyer, I worked at blah blah blah, you look at them like, hey, okay, what do you have for me? When they want to be president, you sit them down. What I just explained right now, you sit them down, and they'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. You ask them these questions, they wouldn't know what to tell you. I can guarantee that. We still don't have a chance on a regular basis. But ngalon ko jama ko wuri ko president ñu la bi yesiri jambi ngani mem falate billahi wallahi ngasi bengol mento ni men ka kajanga ko ni ngani ni fole tan. They wouldn't be able to discuss a quarter of what I just told you. They have no idea. So, please talk about the 2026 election, 2026 for people like us that are independent voters. This is a very good question from a sister in the United States. 2026 explain come told independent voters, which is very, very important, because we realize independent votes, if you vote kuma balati, all independent man come it will mantra come a mantra party to kafa gombe janne diehard UDP wala diehard MPP do kula lam civil servant la be no kula a mantra come committed to one party. It will be temala be jiberola. What I can say on that, members la mo lota mem ñen karola temu surwal so mba fa English la for prafane understand. Alia, what I can say about 2026 with regards to independent voters is that it's about time. I think it's high time that the independent voters in this country put a premium on quality, policy-based discussions from their politicians. We need the independence to to dismiss politicians or parties that want to base their whole entire campaigns on insults, counter insults, who said that, tribal nonsense, who's incendiary remarks and things like that. We want to hear substantive policy discussions. Demand that from us and make your vote on those policies. If you do, you come to realize that UDP is offering an option. UDP is not offering just a presidential candidate. UDP is offering what I call a team of experts, of experienced international experts, international professionals who have a track record in many countries in Africa, development countries, in development. They've made their marks in many countries like, Uganda, South Africa, Botswana, Sierra Leone, and other places. Seasoned professionals who are going to be in the team of 𝒂𝒊𝒏. We are selling a team. We are not selling a one-man show. You look at all other political parties, what do you see? You see a man saying, I want to be president. You look at that man who is behind him, you see one small boy, one guy, crazy guy, running around with a mic and then shouting. You see one man with a bunch of yes men. Most people that are saying I'm a candidate, look at them properly. You are not going to find more than 5, 6 people, more than 3, 4 people that are competent people. You look at UDP, you see 𝒂𝒊𝒏, you see a team. You're gonna see a Dr. Mane, ADB. You're gonna see a Lara Sise, IMF. You're gonna see Ismaila Sise of Jara Soma, Jara Sekunda, sorry, my own uncle. IMF, World Bank. Yeah? You're gonna see Amadou Sane, finance minister, an auditor, an accountant. You're gonna see Fai Sise. You're gonna see people like Boro Suso, stuff like, and all of these people, competent people. Amai Metals, okay? You're gonna see a team. The Yankuba Dabos, the Dr. Lamin Sanes OIC, okay? This is the team you are seeing. And none of these people that you can see, this team, none of them are going to be yes men, because they've never been yes men in their life. They wouldn't come here after accomplishing everything in their life to come here and be a yes man to 𝒂𝒊𝒏 as a president and do things that are going to be detrimental to Gambia's future and Gambia's economy. You can guarantee that. Because all of these people that I mentioned right now, they don't need to be here. They don't need to come and get this job. They don't need to be part of the political party. They could have been on their own and be okay. Yankuba could easily be serving in the UK as a lawyer and then not have to come here. Lamin Sane, the same thing. He has an investment firm. Amadou Sane, the same thing. Lamin Mane, the same thing. Lara, the same thing. And Hussein himself. So we are selling a team. And independent voters need to start sieving through the bullshit, sieving through the phony, sieving through the fake and the unprepared. And be very careful of one-man soldier parties, because if they do a one-man soldier, call it a philosophy, when they are oppositions, they come to power, they're going to be one-man soldiers, and we all know what one-man soldier presidents can do. We all learn from Yahya Jammeh. We are learning from Adam Barrow. We need people. We need a team, competent team that can bring in needed change. This is what I have to say to independents. And I hope you guys will give UDP a chance, give our team a chance to finally bring Gambia to the world stage and be part of the most powerful countries in West Africa, not by virtue of size, but by virtue of what we offer economically to West Africa. Let's make ourselves relevant on the sub-regional market and on the economic stage. Our size is our huge advantage. Our location is our advantage. Let's utilize it. And I think UDP, the leadership that I see behind, the team that I see behind this leadership, I'm pretty confident that this can be a reality within 5-10 years. No doubt. No gimmicks. Facts. On that note, I'll take a leave of you guys. I really appreciate you guys hanging on with me for this long. The conversation was all over the place. Well, it took a long time to get here. We started somewhere, we ended up here. And I wish this is an ongoing thing. We are much more focused on the issues and ideas that are going to bring our country, to light, and poverty and chronic unemployment. We have every chance to do it within 5-10 years. So no excuses, huh? So let's elevate our discussions Let's elevate our national discourse. Get away from this nonsense every week. Same bullshit. Oh, sorry. Anyway. Thank you, guys. We'll talk another time. Inshallah. I'll just, like I said, I'll pop in when I have time. Allah barakah. Appreciate it.